McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The doctor in front of your name.
So for today, we're going to actually stay on the hot off the press segment. We're going to be talking about the current events, and then we're going to kind of segue into what that means to us, what that means in regards to us taking care of our mental health, and how we can combat this on an individualistic as well as on a communal or systemic level in order to combat some of these things that we've been experiencing over the past month. All right, so I'm going to start with May the 14th, 2022. So on May the 14th, 2022, there was a mass shooting that occurred in Buffalo, New York, and at Tops Friendly Market. So those of you who aren't familiar with the Buffalo, New York area, so I am not too familiar with it either, but apparently in the east side of the neighborhood, this is where predominantly black people reside. So in this area at the Tops Friendly Market, there was a shooting. So apparently this individual specifically targeted black people, therefore he went to a predominantly black neighborhood in a black grocery store, or predominantly black consumers. 10 people were killed, 3 other people were injured. The shooter live streamed part of the attack. And so whenever somebody live streams an attack, they're trying to send a message. They want you to know that they meant what they're doing. They want you to know that they're not remorseful. They want you to know that, I did this and it is what it is. It's really a bold statement that they're making. And when I was thinking about this specific case, I want us to kind of like keep into perspective that, of course, it's tragic that so many people passed away, so many lives were lost. I'm sorry, didn't just pass away, they were killed, gunned down. And also keep in mind the racial implications that are impacting this, right? So it wasn't that just random people died. No, these were targeted people. These were black people, individuals of African descent. He specifically went into this neighborhood to target these people. And y'all know I'm not into re-traumatizing yourself, because I feel as though America capitalizes off of black trauma, so they're going to resurface that live stream over and over again because people want to see it, right? And so I'm not into that type of stuff, but I did accidentally see it. It came up on my feed, or somebody had sent it to me before I knew what it was. And so you see when this individual is shooting people and targeting black people, and you see when he gets to the white people, he accidentally kills them and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to target you." And to me, that was so hurtful, that was painful, because of course, again, he was sending that message that he was targeting a specific group of people. When thinking about the racial trauma of this, and if you guys don't know what racial trauma is, I want you to go back a few episodes. We talk about it at length in this podcast. We talk about how we can be traumatized based on racially stimulating situations that are provoked by racism, right? And so with this specific individual who killed so many people in this grocery store, I can imagine how many people experience racial trauma or race-based traumatic stress after watching this. I'm not talking about the other people in the grocery store. I'm talking about you watching it at home. I'm talking about your mom, your sister, your brother, your cousin, people who were at home and watching this, or even hearing about it, because that's how trauma works. We're going to get into vicarious trauma in a minute. So we had this shooting that occurred on May the 14th in 2022. And so weeks later, not too far after that, there was another shooting that happened at an elementary school. Researchers and newscasters, they're actually saying with the numbers that were generated now, we can say that this is the worst mass shooting in a school setting that we've had in history. So this is worse than Sandy Hook. This is worse than the other school shootings that we've previously had. Think about it. After experiencing and witnessing the situations that happened on May the 14th, weeks later, we're being re-traumatized. We're being re-exposed to another mass shooting. Now, my heart, I had no other, I couldn't do anything else but to sob and to have a heavy heart for the individuals who were lost.
The doctor in front of your name.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.